Yeah, so as you remember, I think a couple years ago, maybe 4 years ago, there was remember Melvin Lewis lived on 303 South 14th Street in Harrisburg. And if you remember when I went to Harrisburg High, but if you remember, there were some incidents of Latino versus like blacks being jumped at the high school at Harrisburg High. It was either Bishop McDevitt or Harrisburg High. I think it was like it might have been Harrisburg High. So like young Latin dude got jumped, something like that. I just remember some groups was fighting. So also as I remember, um, when I guess I had to say this before I got into, I was invited to. I think the last time I had smoked anything was like '94, something like that. Before I went to the mental health facility. So this was I'm talking about if you talk about marijuana in my youth. That I had went to a real heavyset guy's place down the street from my grandfather, and he was like, I don't know, something. And I just remember he was doing that or whatever. So, and this is probably where Ice Cube got his movies from. But I went on and had mental health issues, and had to go to mental hospital. So, if you thought that was funny, I didn't think it was. Well, this was around 94, 95, something like that. It might have been 93. But the point was that there was a real, like, I don't know if he was mixed, but he was real heavy set. Guy, he invited me to her house. And I just remember after that, I don't think I did any like stuff like that anymore. I think that probably was about it because it was after I wasn't hanging with Lamar. Y'all just love Lamar and them all the time. That I mean, Lamar Bridges and all that. Ain't no London Bridges, ain't no Lamar Bridges falling down. Y'all just love Lamar. I remember when me and Natasha broke up, basically she was loving Kendrick Lamar. So when I was over at the church St. Andrews today, she was like, she's a Cubs fan. I was like, for real? What, you a Cubs fan? Because I don't hear people saying they're a Cubs fan. Because when me and Natasha broke up, basically the Cubs won and the Cavs won. On Christ. And because, okay, I got to say this because my man is in my spirit right now. What was his name? With the bell bottoms, not boots with the fur, no, the bell bottoms, what was his name? Eddie Long, because Eddie Long had just passed, right? Man, Eddie Long was like, watch this. I mean, most colorful, but remember, based on what happened with Eddie Long and then what was happening with the pastor at the LLDM church, that's when I was even thinking of the ideas of WhatsApp and teaching people where you weren't offensive and being put in bad situations while you were with other people.